You're welcome to my channel. This is Uzioma by Gozien. Please, if this is your first time coming across my video or first time visiting my channel, please like my videos, share to your friends. Even your enemies will benefit from this. Don't mind me. And please subscribe and turn on your post notification bells so that you get notified of all my videos. Now, this is my first video and I have chosen wedding bells as my first topic. Why I have chosen wedding as the first topic is because weddings are beautiful. Beyond that, they start a family, and family is the basic and most important unit of the society. If it goes wrong, everything else would go wrong. This first part, which I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to focus on cultural weddings. And the second part, I'm going to focus on cost of weddings and all that goes on around weddings. Our traditional wedding is our cultural wedding. I'm an Igbo girl and I'm going to use the Igbo kind of wedding as an instance because that's the culture that I'm very conversant with. Our traditional wedding, what we popularly call traditional wedding, is our cultural wedding. And white wedding is white people's cultural wedding. It baffles me how we import a white man's cultural wedding into our land, and now it takes superiority over our own cultural weddings. It doesn't make sense to me. Now, some people think that white weddings are compulsory. White weddings are not compulsory and can never be compulsory in Nigeria. Perhaps in another place, maybe, but not in Nigeria. According to the law of the land, white weddings are not recognized. Traditional weddings are recognized, but not white weddings. Someone would tell me, no, I had my white wedding, I was given a marriage certificate, and that stands. Yes, what happened is that the place that you did your white wedding is a licensed place of worship. And what that means is that the church has gone to seek permission from a registry in that state where it is functioning, and says, please, we would like to give your certificates to our members who wed here in our church. And of course, the registry, after verification and all that investigations, they are perhaps, if they find that church, they have found that church perhaps worthy and said, okay, you can help us disseminate this certificate to members of your church who wed in your church. And now the law looks at it as a statutory wedding that has been conducted and not a white wedding. Now, if you were to go by your normal white wedding and the church certificate that you are given in a church, it's not tenable in court and can never be tendered in any court. A lot of us think that white weddings are biblical and must be done by every Christian. That is wrong. When I hear such views, it only makes me know that the person that it's coming from doesn't know the Bible and is probably not even a Christian. Because how can you tell me that another man's culture is biblical while ours is not? Now, our traditional weddings are not fetish. I hear people say that they are. Our traditional weddings are not fetish. If you are from a place where, when weddings are going on, maybe weddings are being conducted, fetish things are being done, incantations and weird things, it calls for investigation and perhaps advocacy so that it is amended. That is if you're a Christian and you're interested in having your wedding the God way. In the event that your father, who is giving you out in marriage, is a native doctor or a ritualist, it doesn't matter. God is acknowledging his blessings and his position just because of his position in your life. And in the absence of your father, your eldest brother or your eldest uncle, that's it. Now, the significance of these people in your life is authority. They are the symbols of authority, and that's the same significance that a priest in a church who presides over someone's wedding holds. Is that clear? So, please, our traditional weddings haven't done anything to us. Personally, I think it's tautology for, you know what we call tautology? Like saying the same thing using several English words. That's tautology. Now, I think it's tautology that someone who do traditional wedding, do court wedding, do white wedding. You know, I cut some slack to people who do traditional statutory wedding, just like I did statutory wedding. It's because our traditional wedding now hasn't grown to that point where there is a document showing that these people are married. If our culture had progressed to that point where there is a certificate to show that I was married to my husband, I told my husband that I wouldn't have done statutory wedding because it's why do the same thing over and over again and waste my time and my money. It doesn't make sense. Now, why do white wedding when it's not material? It's not biblical? Well, let me not say it's not biblical. It is biblical in the sense that it is a cultural wedding and not because it is a white wedding. I don't know if you get that. The same way our own is biblical, but takes precedence in Nigeria over a white wedding. I think the movies and the media basically are not doing justice to this issue, because sometime in 2020, I came across a movie clip on Instagram, and I saw a woman talking with her younger daughter. They were discussing the other child's wedding that was coming forth. And she says, for the traditional wedding, I'm going to wear this, and for the white wedding, I'm going to wear... No. She even said, for the traditional wedding, I'm going to wear this, and for the main wedding, which is the white wedding, I'm going to wear this. And it struck me. I'm like, really? You call another man's culture the main wedding while ours is inferior? Well, growing up, I learned a couple of things from the movies, English and a couple of things. And I know that some young people also do that. They learn from the movies. Now, why would a young person who already sees that notion outside thing also being confirmed to him or her in a movie, perhaps by an idol, someone he or she reveres? I hope that these few words I've said has poured up, something in us that makes us want to dig deeper and perhaps see if I'm saying facts or not. Thank you so much for being with me on this first part. I'll be happy to see you join me in my second part, where I'm going to be talking about the cost of weddings and other things that come with weddings.